Brought to you by Curious Moran Land and Matheny Land. You gotta get in the picture, Mr. All right, so he's going to talk about the setup. Really quickly, why do we do Cornell notes? Why? What's the purpose? It's not an instrument of torture for students. You can believe that if you want, but quick little rundown. Things that you want to do. You are, Mr. Dean, are they rewriting the book?
No, they've already written the book for you, so we don't want you to rewrite the whole chapter. They've already done that. Okay, so you're going to narrow this down. Okay, you do your Cornell notes. All right.
So some of the things they include, things like relationship inferences. We don't want your personal opinion. We want relationship inferences, facts, how they connect, how they link to something else. The advantage of this, it's going to help you master the information. All right? But again, you're not rewriting the book. And one of the things we're going to focus on is trying to demonstrate you know what you're talking about and using your textbook or anything else as a tool. So, main ideas, key concepts, abbreviations, pictures, organization, that's good. Labeled diagrams, that's key. So what we want to do is I'm going to bring up, this is the handout that you have. It's not the only thing that you need to use. You could go to Blackboard and print it and get one where it has lines like this and open space. Maybe you're going to be doing a sketch or a drawing. Maybe you want the flip of this where it's just blank. And where we have lines here and blank here. So we're going to actually focus on this one because that's what we gave you. Alright? Alright, so he's going to go over that and then we'll start filling in a couple.
All right. Basics of what we want with Cornell Notes in this class. I'm sure many of you have done Cornell Notes in other classes, different ways. I just want to explain what we want when we come around to check it and how to put your information in this sheet. Everybody opens up to chapter 2? All right. On the left-hand side of your Cornell Notes sheet, you have that column. And on the right-hand side, you have a much bigger column. On the left-hand side, you will write every red and blue heading throughout the chapter. Okay? Every red and blue heading throughout the chapter. There's different sections in the chapter. Okay, some chapters have 2 sections, some chapters have 4 sections. Irregardless, you're going to go all the way through the chapter until you get to the study zone. When you get to the study zone, you know you're done with the chapter. You're not doing anything with it. That's just, you know, that's the stop. Okay? So, every red and blue heading. So, on that left-hand side, red and blue headings. What we will do is set this up. Okay? You'll have your name, the name of the chapter. What's the name of this chapter 2? Chemistry of Life. Okay? At the top of your Cornell Notes sheet, we'll write Chemistry of Life.
You can even add in this chapter 2 if you want.
Okay, chapter 2. Over here on the left-hand side, actually, let's start over here in the middle. What is the title of section 1? Nature of Matter. Good. I heard you say it. That's why. Yeah. So, 2.1. Nature of Matter. That'll help kind of organize your sections as you go through. Okay? So, nature of matter, that's our first section. What is our first red heading? Atoms. Good. So, over here on the left-hand side, you're going to put...
Oh, wait, sorry. There we go.
Atoms. Over here, you're going to have 2 facts from the little section on atoms. Okay? Got a couple paragraphs there. We don't want a vocabulary list, so the bolded words, you just don't want all the vocabulary. But the bold word can be one of your facts. Okay? So you're going to have 2 facts for each heading. With the exception, if you look over on page 29 there, chemical bonding, look how short that paragraph is. You're probably not going to get 2 facts out of there. When it's a real short paragraph like that, we will take 1 fact. Okay? So, any questions there? Now, we also will accept for facts some of the pictures. Your book does a great job with some of these little small pictures. For example, chemical bonding. Look at the little Mickey Mouse, little water molecule. Okay? Not real hard to draw, but a really good picture for chemical bonding. Okay? Down at the bottom, you have hydrogen bonding. This picture over here on the right-hand side shows a bunch of water molecules with hydrogen bonds, the little dotted lines. That can be a fact. It doesn't have to all be writing. It can be one of these little pictures. It's not real hard to draw. We're not grading you on artistic ability. It's content. Okay? I'm a horrible artist. Okay? I would hate to be graded on artistic ability. Okay? But very simple picture. Your book's loaded with those.
So you're a good artist. And
yeah, believe me, some of the ones we've gotten over the years are fabulous. Fabulous. And like sometimes we'll even ask the student if we can hold on to them for as kind of a model of above and beyond some really great stuff. So it works. If there's any steps that are located in one of these sections, it'll say step 1, step 2. Those steps are usually very crucial to the facts and the information in that section. Okay? Any questions on that part so far?
All right, so let's go back and do a couple more labeling here. So what's the title? So he has atoms, and then however many of these bold titles we go here. When you're done, we'll jump down to, well, what's the second one? Write the second one. Second bold title.
Second. Elements.
And you guys, your own personal flair comes in. You can, how much spacing. We do want you to maybe do like skip a line, but when you do the next one, so it's not all crushed together. We've seen that. We don't want that. So just imagine that being the facts. So say you're done with section 2.1, go to 2.2. And for now,
section 2.2 is water and solutions. So here in the middle you'd have 2.2, water and solutions. When you finish the first section. You're going to need more space than this because you got a bunch more headings in here, but just so you can see it visually. Okay.
So what's the first bold point for section 2? You need to flip your book then.
So we're first heading for section 2. Takes away section. Water and living things. So that would go over here. Make sense? Any questions? Or how are you going to set that up?
For now, we're going to skip the summary. We're going to get a chapter under our belt doing it. So don't worry about summary for now. But summary is just kind of recapping. And one other thing Mr. Matheny wants to point out about long-term use of this sheet.
These Cornell note sheets aren't just writing down as many facts as possible and never looking at it again. One of the reasons we use Cornell notes on a sheet like this is it's got a couple purposes. One, you're hitting the information before we get into the unit and the lab. So you're kind of getting a basis for the vocabulary and what we're going to be using. As you get closer to your quizzes and tests, guess what else this is? Study tool. Because what can I do? I can fold the fact side and I can just see the heading. I can quiz myself. Water and solutions. I can start trying to name my facts, what's important about it, and quiz myself. Go to the next one. So it's got a couple purposes to it. Use this as a study tool as well. It's really helpful.
If you look up on the screen, for example, you just cover. Now you've got a tool that helps you. Right? That's what like folding. You just fold over the paper, or you cover it. Just something like that. It's up to you. It's like flashcards, but not separate cards.
got a lot of purposes. So, any questions about the Cornell notes? Again, it shouldn't take you hours. Again, condense the information. One to two facts per heading. If it's a short paragraph, one fact. If it's longer, two facts. Use pictures. Use drawings. Use the steps as your facts. Okay? Make it as simple as possible. Okay.
All right. You now have to say it. Brought to you by Matheny and Moran.
This your book too.
Mr. Matheny, we had to close with our ending. Brought to you by Moran and
Matheny.
All right.